What up, New York Giant Nation? It's your boy, Mac, the Giants fan, coming back at y'all with the Week 14 edition of the True Blue Aftermath. And yet again, another very rough week for the New York football Giants, but I ain't even going to pretend I didn't see this one coming. I've been saying all week that I had Ram vibes in this game, man, and that's what the hell we got. A performance somewhat similar to that game, man. Los Angeles Chargers trashed this. This game was never even competitive. Do not let that final score fool you. 37-21. Giants scored those two touchdowns late in the fourth quarter after the Chargers stopped playing, essentially. Sure, Saquon Barkley had a pretty decent day overall, especially considering how his whole season's been going. But this team is a dope, man. I think it summed up best with like Carl Banks said earlier in the week, man. This team is just flat out broken, bro. Flat out broken. This franchise has never been this bad my entire life. It gets harder and harder week in and week out to watch these football games and watch this team fall flat on their face week in and week out. It is downright sickening, man. Don't even know what else to say anymore about it, man. I'm not going to sit here and keep harping on how piss poor the O-line is, how piss poor the offensive strategy and game plan always is. It's just no point, man. I'm just beating a dead horse at this point, man. The team is broken, and it needs to be fixed. This is not one of those kind of franchises, man. We are falling into an abyss right now, bro. This loss today secured our fifth consecutive losing season. Since I've been a New York Giant fan, I have seen no such thing as that. And I go back to the 80s, and I've never seen 5 straight losing seasons. So I just, something needs to be resolved here, man. This whole New York Giant, this whole team right now, man. I mean, it's just bad. Defense, they come out, they play admirably, man. But once early in this game, once they saw the offense once again was going to just flounder and continue to not do shit, they kind of let up a little bit themselves. It looked like, man, as they just stopped making plays too, man. Justin Herbert went out there, looked like, I mean, he's a good young quarterback. Don't get it twisted. Definitely one of the best young quarterbacks in this league. But at the same time, man, he went out there and looked like he was just a seasoned vet, all-pro, Hall of Famer. We did nothing that even phased him, that even tripped him up, man. We got to him, one time, got 1 sack on him, I believe. That's never going to get it done, man. The only way you're going to stop a team like this Charger team is you have to disrupt them offensively, man. They didn't even have their best offensive weapon out there in Keenan Allen, man. Could you imagine if they did? Seriously? Could you seriously imagine if they had Keenan Allen out there? I don't want to imagine that. I mean, he would have probably been good for a couple of touchdowns. It's just bad. That touchdown before the half, man, there's no excuse to allow something like that to happen. But let's go back even before then. Defense force a big 3 and out. We get the ball back in great field position with a chance to make something happen before the half our damn selves. What's going on, Eagle and Sensor, man? Thanks for stopping through, man. Another tough loss for us today, but bad football teams always find ways to lose, man. That's what we are. We are a very bad football team, bro. But yeah, even before that, we got the ball in prime field position, man, to at least get a chance to maybe even tack on another 3 points at least going into the half. But what do? We go out there, take barely a minute off the clock, 3 straight plays, 3 and out, and punt the ball right back to these cats. And then what do? They score a damn touchdown going into the locker room, man. That's how bad it is, man. This team, like I said, it's like I said, Carl Banks said it best. It's completely broken, man. I mean, I agree, bro. I mean, I'm trying to, but it can only get better because it definitely can get worse. But it's just bad. It's frustrating. When you've been a fan of this team as long as I've been uncensored, man, I've seen a lot of good years. I've seen bad years, obviously, too. Other bad years. But I've never seen a string of bad years like this. This is 5 straight losing seasons. And if you take 2016 out of the picture, you're talking about 9 losing seasons out of the last 10, bro. It's bad. We are a bad football team. I'm not even sure if we could beat the Detroit Lions right now if we played them right now because at least those guys give it everything they got. So I'm not sure we could even beat them if we were to play them. Be honest, I feel like a very good college team like Alabama or somebody, I'm not saying they will beat us because we are an NFL team at the end of the day, and I'm not one of them guys I think a college team could beat an NFL team, but I think they could keep it at least very, very competitive. Very, very competitive with us. That's how bad I feel like we are right now. That like an Alabama or a Michigan or a Georgia, they could probably have a competitive game with us right about now. That's how pathetic we are, man. We have just fallen off, man, all the way off too. It's it stinks, man. This is the most rotten I've ever seen this team be, man. Like I said, go all the way back to the 80s, man. Never have I ever seen something as pathetic as this, man. And I know I hear a lot of old timers talk about the 70s. Well, guess what? I was just born in the late 70s, so I wasn't around for that. I wasn't a fan of the team then. I didn't have to suffer through the 70s with this football team. So I can't speak on that as much because I don't really, all I know is what some old heads tell me about. But I know what I've seen in my lifetime, and I ain't never seen nothing that stinks like this, man. All off season, man, had me all hyped up, thinking this team was gonna come out and do something, and thought they was gonna respond off of it was a bad year a year ago, but it was promising at the same time. Thought this team was gonna come back and respond, man, and they just didn't, man. They just didn't. They're worse than they were a year ago. I mean, yeah, I get it, but overall, man, you guys have been probably one of the better franchises in football, man, over the last decade, man. Overall, as far as just being consistent. These last couple years have been a little rough, but like even right now, you guys are still in it. So uncensored, man. So I give y'all props for that. And a lot of people early in the off season thought you guys were going to be a joke and thought you guys were going to be like the bottom feeders in this division. People thought the Giants were going to be competing for a division title and going to the playoffs at the very least. Clearly, not going to be the case for the New York Giants. And like I said, at least the Eagles still have a actual real chance. And Washington losing today helped y'all cause, man. Definitely helped y'all cause. I mean, you might feel like you shouldn't be, but you guys are. And at the end of the day, you're playing solid football and you still got some winnable games on your schedule. So you never know how it might play out, man. I'm not realistic for y'all to catch the Cowboys and win the division, but you might be able to still sneak in playoffs and get that last wild card spot. I mean, that's just the reality of y'all season. And this becomes because you guys are scrappy, you play good, and you play tough, man. And you might not be the most talented might not be the most talented team, but you give it everything you got. You go out there and you demonstrate an effort, a will to win. And I'm just not seeing that with my New York Giants, man. It's disappointing. because I used to think this used to always be based on being how tough this franchise was, always a tough blue collar franchise, and we're just like I said, we're getting compared to teams like the Detroit Lions, the New York Jets, man. Those aren't good conversations to be in. Those aren't good comparisons, man, when you're being compared to teams like that. Because those are just historically bad football teams. And now we're pretty much getting lumped in with that, man. I think it's a little bit of both, man. I think it's a little bit of everything. I think our coaching is poor, man, at best, man. I think at best it's poor right now, man. We make very questionable decisions all the time. All the time. And that comes from coaching right there, man. Freddie Kitchens, his offense, I felt like it looked better with Jason Garrett calling the damn plays, honestly, than it has the last 3 weeks. And I get that he's been dealing with Mike Glennon at quarterback the last 2 weeks, who absolutely sucks. You can say everything you want about Daniel Jones. He's definitely a far better quarterback than Mike Glennon. I feel like we still might not have won this game, or I'm not saying that if Daniel Jones was healthy and playing, but I'm pretty sure it would have been a little more competitive. And we might have actually won the game against the Dolphins if we had Daniel Jones. That's a possibility because they didn't exactly light us up. Mike Glennon just played horribly in that game. And he, once again, didn't come out looking good today either, man. That guy is he's a joke, man. But Joe Judge, man, some of his decisions, man, that fake punt, man. I mean, that's not he runs a fake punt from down there at that end of the field, but you won't go forward on 4th and 2 on the opponent's 40-yard line. You go figure that one out, man. Yeah, he is a joke, man. That's why people were talking about how could you want Jake Fromm to play when he's only been here for a week? Because how can he play worse than Mike Glennon right now? Mike Glennon is playing horribly. His passes are terrible most of the time, always overthrown or low, or they're just bad. Those are bad football. And then, yeah, I get it. Some of the receivers sometimes, like Darius Slayton, you don't get a free pass. A couple of them hit you right in the hands, and you was just dropping them. So it comes back to that, too. Everybody's got to step up and make plays, man, on this football team, and they're just not getting it done, man. People just ain't doing it. I mean, every team deals with injuries, not just the New York Giants. So that goes to show you how piss poor it is from the management on down to the coaching, on down to personnel, man. It's all bad because, like I said, everybody deals with injury. Look at Tennessee Titans. Half their damn team is injured. And key players, too. But yet, they still are finding ways to win football games. I mean, that goes to show you how bad our depth is, man. Whereas once the starter goes down, that's it. We're done. We're sunk. We done for. It can't be that way, man. You got to build a better roster than that, and that starts with management. We got one of them nosy ass owners that want to do things his way, regardless. Wants to bring his own good little people in and all this, that, and the other. I'm tired of that, man. We need something new and we need something fresh. We gotta take a new step with this, man, because it's been real shitty for too long now, man. And this fan base, this very, very loyal fan base, deserves a lot better than what we getting, man. I'm great, man. I'm done, man. I'm done. I'm done for the day. I probably won't even watch the game tonight at this point. I think I'm done with football for the day. Need to just go lay down, calm down, have a couple beers, smoke a joint or something, and just, I just need to chill out, man. Football for me today is like I just can't take no more football for the day, man. This team, I love this team so much. And I put so much and I invest so much into this football team, man. People have no idea the level of fan that I am. I am like one of those super fans. I'm one of them cats that if I could afford it, have season tickets, I'd be at every home game with my damn shirt off, with my chest painted red and blue, bro. I'm one of those kind of fans. I'm one of those kind of guys. That's me. That's the dedication I got for this team. That's how much I love this football team. They need to reciprocate, man. Show us that you love us as fans, man. Way too loyal, way too dedicated to this football team to be getting this kind of product every week. It's not acceptable. It's not cool, man. It is not acceptable and it is not cool. It's not the look. Do better, New York Giants. Do better. Now, I guess we got to go out there and get ready for a brutal division matchup on Sunday against them Cowboys up in MetLife. And as things stand right now, I don't know what to expect in this one. But you bet not get embarrassed in your own building by a division rival. If nothing else, you better show me a much better effort than what we've shown these last 2 weeks. Something better's got to happen. Look, from the way things sound, Daniel Jones ain't running out that locker room on Sunday. And at this point, after seeing Mike Leonard for 2 weeks, I bet a lot of us wish he would be. But it's not going to be the case, man. So like I said, go get ready for the Cowboys. Hope for some, because I'm not one of those guys that's down for the tanking job, because a draft pick ain't guaranteed nothing, man. So let's go get ready for the Cowboys and best of luck next week, man. That's all I can say anymore. This was the last week for buys. No more bye weeks. Everybody's playing next week for the rest of the season, baby. So just make sure y'all tune in on Wednesday for the Real Deal NFC East Roundup. 8:30 p.m. each and every Wednesday night. And I'll see you there, I hope. Thanks, Philly B. Appreciate you, brother. And y'all know who it is. Y'all know what time it is, man. It's your boy, Mac the Giants fan. Peace! If you was feeling this, please take time to subscribe and smack them likes. Feel free to drop a comment. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to ring that bell so you know when I'm dropping new content. It's your boy, Mac the Giants fan. You can find me on Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook at Mac the Giants fan. That's MACDA Giants fan.